Greetings and welcome everyone to Storm, a puzzle game about using the environment to put one seed into like this patch of dirt so you can grow a tree rather instantly. I don't think that's how gardening works, but whatever, it's a game so I'll allow it. So it's a very interesting little puzzle game that just recently released on Steam and I thought I'd give it a quick little look. So if we click continue the adventure, this is the story mode of sorts. Well, there's not really a story, but it's the campaign, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's just the game. This is the main game where you progress through the levels. The way it's set up is that there's a bunch of levels that you have to pass, and they each have this puzzle that you have to solve. Then once you solve the puzzle, you move on to the next one, and each day is part of a specific season. So we're in summer right now, and we're in summer right now, and in summer you have, you know, stuff on fire and whatnot. But in the other one, it would be very calm. It's like springtime, so it's very, very beautiful, very green, lots of blues and such. So it's cool. And so now we have to solve this puzzle, which is done by. Can I break that? No, I cannot. I think that's just going to destroy my little seed. Yeah, it did. What a shame. All right, now we have to put this back. Okay, so. It's a very interesting little puzzle game. Wow, I failed that hardcore. It's a very interesting little puzzle game, how you have to constantly use the environments to try and solve the puzzle. But most of the time, what's really difficult is not the actual puzzle itself, it's actually trying to work with the controls in order to... in order to do something correctly. So you see here, I know what I'm supposed to do, like I'm supposed to like try and like bounce this thing up or something like that, and then like make it. Where did the planks of wood? What? The planks of wood are gone now. Okay. Yeah. So I know what I'm supposed to do. Like I'm supposed to bounce it around, but the difficult part isn't like finding out what you're supposed to do. It's actually getting it done. There we go. Simple as that. So you do a lot of fighting with the controls, and that's the main puzzle here, is trying to figure out how to use the controls in order to actually solve the puzzles. And then on top of figuring out how to use the controls, you also have to figure out which perfect placement you have, which one to use at a specific time, because sometimes like it can be kind of strange what you're supposed to do. So you see here you also have more little bits of more elements to play around with. You just saw me create some rain by right clicking, and that created a little rain, and then you can, by clicking middle mouse, you can use lightning. So there are some interesting little things like that. So now we have to try and get our little seed guy who's next to that plank of wood. So I assume we can use the lightning to set the grass on fire once the water goes away. Yeah, we can set the grass on fire, and then that will set the log on fire, I assume. There we go. So now from that, it looks like we can use the rain to push the seed across. So let's just wait for it to, you know, go on fire. Just sit patiently. Graphically, this game is rather pretty. There are a few times where the graphics do get in the way of the gameplay, which is rather annoying. Like when you create rain, you'll see like there's little driplets or droplets on the screen, and it looks really pretty. But sometimes during certain puzzles, like it requires you to move your ball in a specific place, and so you'll want to move your ball, but you can't see your little your seed thing. Like you can't see your little seed thing because there's a little droplet on the screen, and that can get so annoying. Like I've only played about 17 minutes of this game so far, and it's already gotten on my nerves quite a bit. So I can imagine it being even more annoying into the late game. So let's just push that here. I didn't even do anything. Damn it, move! Oh shit! Now I've accidentally started a fire. That's not good. Okay. You need to find a way up there, little lemon seed thing. I don't know what this thing's supposed to be, but we have to get him here. And every time you like move these little seeds to their next patch of dirt, that's essentially just another checkpoint for you to use. All right, is it actually going to get up or what? No, it doesn't look like it. Maybe see, this is what I mean. Like, you know what you have to do. You know you have to place the water somewhere to like make it go whoosh up, but you don't know which specific area. So maybe if we place it here, that'll help. No, that didn't help at all, actually. So maybe if we do it from the left-hand side and push it to the right. Maybe that would be more useful. Okay, so let's wait for our water to cool down. That's yeah. Okay, so there we go. It's going across. Yeah. No. There we go. And it just jumped over. You know, lightning didn't do anything. So now that it has reached this patch of dirt, it is essentially a checkpoint, and the droplets are on the way of the screen. I couldn't see my lemon thing. It's that sort of stuff that gets me. It's just it's annoying. No, you're going the wrong way, lemon. All right, there we go. So actually, I think we're supposed to set this stuff on fire first before we put our lemon in there. So let's actually just hold down left control to reset our lemon, and then we shall just set this thing on fire so that we can burn the log and then move our little lemon through there, which it looks like that's the end of it or so. Yeah, so there's one patch of dirt here, which you can see from the brown there, and I think the brown's just here. The foreground does kind of get in the way of like the actual gameplay. Like you can see here, there's like little bits of grass here, and occasionally that will also get in the way of the gameplay. Like you'll occasionally lose something, like the droplets when being combined with like the foreground and combined with a bunch of other stuff. Like the screen can get very active at times, and it can get very confusing as to what you're supposed to be doing. So that's really my main criticism for this game, is that, well, sometimes it can be kind of difficult to tell what you're doing because of how active the screen can get. Like, look, you can start raining, you can start putting lightning, and then later on in the game you'll unlock, or earlier on in the game I suppose, but like you can also unlock rain, or it's not rain, sorry, you can also unlock the wind, so you can start blowing wind about, and then you've also got wind on top of the screen, and also you've also got rain and lightning. Just like, oh god, what the hell's going on? There's so much busy stuff in this game, so it can get kind of busy, which is, yeah, it can get crazy. Alright, so now let's just enter to continue. Now let's just go back to the main menu. So if we quit and we go to the main menu, you'll see that there's two other modes, free mode and spirit mode, and I honestly have no idea what these modes are for. Free mode is essentially just you just pick whatever you want to do, and then you see if you can beat your total time. And I think spirit mode is just oh, okay, so spirit mode is just you have to solve the puzzles, but only but you have a set amount of time or something like that, I think. Let's just see what happens here with the first one. Okay, so spring, day one, you can see here it's got a nice little different sort of vibe to it. It's a lot more green and whatnot. So see, we've got wind. Wind can be really annoying because, well, you don't know which way it's going to go. Like, you can press left click and then that will start the wind, and then it'll just randomly decide wherever the hell it wants to go. So it's a bit confusing as to what it's trying to do. Okay, so it looks like this is sort of like a timed race sort of thing. Okay, that's interesting. I don't see myself playing that too much, but it's a very interesting. It's sort of like a race, like I can say like a racing game, but with a puzzle element. So that's actually pretty interesting. As far as options goes, this game doesn't really have that many. This is the options. I think there's a video options, so you can change your screen resolution in the launcher of the game, but aside from that, yeah, you've just got sound effects and music and interface position. There's really not that much graphically that I was able to find. There's not really much deal of anything like that. There's no anti-aliasing, no higher 3D models or anything like that, so it's a bit of a shame. Also, you can switch to your Xbox 360 controller, so that's something, I suppose. It seems, I would recommend that, but it actually seems like they've somehow like patched it, because when I first started playing this game, the mouse sensitivity was insanely fast and just unplayable, but now it's actually really good. There is a problem though, that you can't use your mouse in the menus, which is really annoying. It's like, why can't I use my mouse? I have a mouse, let me use it, especially in the options menu when they've got these little slider things. I want to use my mouse to slide that thing, damn it. So yeah, that's rather annoying. Also, I checked the Steam forums for this game, and it seems like quite a lot of people with laptops are having difficulty running this game. So if you've got like an integrated graphics card, then maybe hold off on purchasing this game for a little bit, because there's quite a few of those. But aside from that, yeah, this game's really good. It's a very solid puzzle game, and it does what it plans to do relatively well. The only real problems with it is that, well, the screen can get a bit too busy, and it's a bit confusing trying to fight with the controls to try and figure out what you're supposed to do. Well, figure out what you're supposed to do with the controls. Like, you know exactly what you're supposed to do, and then you'll continue playing the same level for like 7 years, and then you'll realize what you were actually doing the first time through was correct, and you just happened to get lucky. Like, I've had that happen so many times where I've been trying to solve this puzzle. I'll use, like, rain, and it's like, rain doesn't work. I'll use rain again. It's like, rain doesn't work. I'll use rain, like, 3 more times, and it's like, rain doesn't work, mate. And then I'll use rain once more, and it's like, well, rain works, mate. Good job. And it's like, what? What the hell did I do different there that caused, like, this massive difference thing to happen? So, I suppose that's good in the sense that, like, it's not a linear puzzle game where you have multiple outcomes for what you plan to do for the puzzles. But it is kind of confusing for when you do something the exact same way, like 7 million times, and then only on the 7 millionth and the first time you get it right. It's just like, what the hell? But anyway, on that note, thank you for sticking around, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and you can pick up Storm on Steam in the description below, so GG.